Night DIY Live, and we are trying to use two different phones to stream to both YouTube and Facebook tonight. And I am going to close this because it's got some kind of a message on YouTube, and I really hope you can see us and you can hear us. When you get on, when you join us, please let us know if you can hear us on Facebook and on YouTube. And I'm going to take just a second. And oh, by the way, I'm Cindy. My husband is Chris. This is CnC DIY Factory, and we're trying something new. So with two phones going to YouTube and Facebook. So we're just we're going to give this a shot and see how it goes. We've had some people ask us if we could go live on YouTube as well as Facebook. So that's what we're trying to do. So I am going to, I've got my over here. Am I up live right now? There's me. Oh my gosh. And it's so weird. There's 4 of me up here, and it's just bizarre. And it's like, I don't even like to look at myself in the mirror in the first place. Now I see 4 of me. And I am trying to get my YouTube to go. Okay. It looks like it's going. Let me see. There is a bit of a delay on YouTube. Can you see me over there on YouTube?
No, I haven't found it yet.
Go under live. And it should have a red dot on the one that is live. Open that. Now, new managing moderators. Okay, I'm going to close that. Can you see it?
Oh, there it is.
Okay. All right. I think we have everybody up and running here. Can you hear me on YouTube? I'm going to have him unmute over there just to see if he can hear me and make sure my microphones are working. And this is just, bear with us. Yes. Okay. Sounds like everything's working. Okay, go ahead and close that down. Thank you. I appreciate you checking that for me. He's so awesome. Okay, so we are still doing our DIY live bucket. So if you like, comment, and spread the love during our live, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, your name, come back and tell us you've done that. And your name will go into a DIY live bucket where once a month, and since this is, what is today? The 24th, we have one more Monday in August. So the first Monday of September, we will draw one lucky Happy Mail winner, and they will receive some Happy Mail from us, and we'll draw that the first Monday of September for everybody in August and the last week of July, because we drew it early in July for the month of July. So, so we'll draw one winner to win some Happy Mail from us. And there have been quite a few people that have, hello, who is that?
Fusion DIY.
Oh, Fusion DIY, Judy Humphrey, Attitude, I think that's what it is. I'm not exactly sure. Hello from New Mexico. Thanks for joining. We are trying something new tonight. We're live streaming on YouTube and on Facebook, but we're using 2 different devices because we don't have an OS to do them simultaneously. So we're trying something a little bit different. So tonight we are going to work on this new set of DIY kits. Now, I created this kit last year. I designed it, I drew it out, and I cut it in a large format. So this is the original here that I cut, and you can see how big it is. It's a 3-piece set, and they are layered, so that you get the dimensions on it, or it's dimensional. So I created this last year, and then I got to thinking, maybe I want a smaller one. So today I went in and I made some smaller ones. So I think it's 6.5, 5.5, and 3.5. And then these are like, this is like 11, 9, and 6.5, or 5.5. So, and they're both on the website right now, and they all come with the RIP in 3 different fonts and different sizes so that they'll fit on your tombstones if that's where you want it. So, so Judy, you're from New Mexico. Where's everybody else from? How's your weather out there? We are in for almost 2 weeks now, and we're looking at any kind of relief. We're in burn bans. It's so dry and it's so hot, and it's crazy. I'm also contemplating using some of I have some crows on our website also, and I have 2 different sizes of those. This is called and I don't know if I can say it on Facebook or not, but a grouping of crows. We'll just call it that. We have the large size, which are between 4 and 6 inches in size, and then we have the smaller size, which is between 2 and 3 inches. And I'm going to use some of the smaller size to go with this. Now the bigger ones would probably fit better with the bigger set of tombstones, but I was thinking I could maybe put one like right here on the corner of one, or maybe even it would look better on that one. I'm not sure yet. So, you know, when I get there, then we can decide. But we're going to work with these. Now this is, like I was saying, this is a layered kit. So each tombstone comes with 3 layers. This back piece, all you have to do is paint the back if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but this is the perfect size for like a tiered tray or a small shelf or a little vignette. The RIPs are not connected, so you can use them. You don't have to. And then this one goes on the top, makes it very dimensional. And it allows you to do some decoupaging if you want. This one has an extra little piece down here at the bottom. If you want this to be, you know, if you have like one of those big tombstones that have different depths in it, I left that one in there so that you can use that if you want to. This one has it taken out, and then of course the RIPs are different. They'll actually fit any one of these tombstones, and so you've got a variety to work with. So I'm going to take the top layers off and set them aside. I want to work with some coarse texture medium tonight. This is the Liquitex coarse texture medium. I get this at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to add it to some black acrylic paint. And I don't want it to be, I could use salt wash, I could use baking soda, whatever kind of texture medium you want. This is going to create a stone effect. I could also use the Pentart stone effect if I wanted to, but I want this to be black, so to start out with. So I'm going to take it and mix it with some black acrylic paint, and it doesn't need a whole lot, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. So I'm just going to mix this up. This is just going to make a gritty texture, to make it feel like it's concrete. How's everybody doing? Okay.
So Miss Judy says that they got it to 105 right now in Carlsbad.
In Carlsbad, oh my gosh.
We only got to 104, so.
We got to 104 today. You beat us. I had to go outside a couple of times today, and I didn't want to be out there. I'm going to use an old scruffy brush, you know, just a really old scruffy brush. I don't want to use a nice one. Now, at this point, I could go ahead and glue the pieces together. Might make it easier. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to use Stick Fast CA glue. Can you see that on both? Okay. It is so weird. So I'm just going to put some stick fast on here, and this is the thick formula. You could use Type Bond Quick and Thick or any other kind of wood glue. I would not suggest using a thin super glue. I would use a thick super glue. And this does tend to, when you put a lot on, it does tend to make it shift a little bit. So I'm going to hold it together. And it's shifting on me. And now it's set. See how fast that is? And it, yeah, it's stuck, but there's a little bit of a, it's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? Perfectly imperfect is just fine when you're crafting. But it does set fairly quickly. And it can shift on you, so you got to hold on to it. So this time I'm going to hold it up like this and make sure it is completely even all the way around it. So this is cut out of MDF, which is medium density fiberboard, which is a resin composite of wood pulp. And it makes it really nice for the weight of it. And it's a nice composition, nice smooth, so that the cuts are nice and smooth. The scoring, engraving is smooth. And you can paint it, you can stain it, you can do a paint inlay on it, you can do everything on this that you would on, for instance, a birch or some other type of wood that's used for laser cutting. I like this because it is very smooth and easy to cut. Hello, Alyssa from New Jersey. How you doing up there? Is it as hot up there as it is everywhere else in the country? It's crazy hot. Okay.
Talk about Friday.
Well, we can. We've got we're also on Whatnot. If you guys have heard of Whatnot, and we have all of our shows are out there in our Whatnot if you want to check them out. They are our Friday one is a 0 to hero, and that is a lot of fun because you can take something that was less than $5 or free, close to free, and it's more or less a 0 type item, and you can flip it and turn it into a hero project. And as I'm sitting here thinking about this, I don't want to paint this with my texture medium. I want it to go on this, and I want it to go on the outside edge. So what I'm going to do is set these aside, and I'm gonna texture these. I don't know what I was thinking. What you thinking, Cindy? I don't know. Sometimes it's tough when you're live and you're going and to stop and think about what you're actually doing.
Elisa says that it was 80 degrees.
80 degrees.
Low humidity.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like heaven. I like 80 degrees and low humidity. Even though it's really dry down here, it's still very humid, and I cannot get my hair to straighten anymore. So I just gave up, and if you can't beat them, join them. So I just let my hair go curly now. It's just too much work, and then to try to straighten it, and then it frizzes out, and so I'm just embracing the curls. So yeah, Friday I have a Whatnot, and it is a 0 to hero, and it's only 10 minutes long. because we're just showcasing the one item and it's a raid train, and it's going to go all day, because we're just showcasing the one item that we flip. And then Saturday and Sunday I'm on a 2-day raid train with Sonnet's Garden Blooms and Sandra from Midwest Charm, and it is the Haunted Attic. And if you want this set that I'm making tonight, it will be on that raid train, because I am going to put it up for auction during that raid train. So I'm just pouncing this texture medium and the black acrylic paint onto my overlays for my tombstone. And then I'm going to set it aside to dry, and then we'll go back to working on the base pieces. I'm going to paint those in a gray stone look color, and then I might do some crackle over it, and I might do some stamping. I've got some little spider webs over here, and I've got some moss effect that I want to put on here once I get it all put together. Make it look like it's, you know, got moss growing up on the sides of it. Hello, Roy from Roy's Timber Art. How are you doing? I have to look over here to see the comments because I can't read them up on my screen up there. I am so glad you guys are all joining us today. This is my first official live. I've done some whatnots that are connected into our YouTube that were live. And then I did one live about a month ago for our Flippin' Frenzy YouTube collaboration. I did a live for about 17 minutes just as a intermission between the Flippin' Frenzies, because it was all premiere videos. So this is, I guess you can call it my first official live for YouTube. We have been going live on Facebook for 3 years now, 3 years, and really enjoy that. But I have had people ask if we would do lives on YouTube as well. So the next color that I think I want to do is the Country Gray from Apple Barrel. Now this color I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work. I have another color here that's called Crushed Stone, but I'm going to dry brush that over top of the black with the texture to give it that stony kind of look. This is really watery, so I'm not sure it's going to work very well, but let's just give it a shot.
Even if you put more than one coat on it?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely have to put multiple coats. But I want this center part of the tombstone to have that marbly look to it. Or the grayish marble look. And some crackle over it. I don't have to be too careful with the edges, because it does have the overlay that'll cover it up. But yeah, last year I created. I like to design my own DIY kits, but I don't always have time to do it myself. But this one I designed last year, and it was in the large tombstone format. So this was the original size here of this little one that we're doing today. But I wanted to make sure that I had some for the creators that like to have, or the DIYers that like to have tiered trays or, you know, smaller vignettes and things like that. So if you guys haven't checked out our website, there are tons and tons of kits out there for fall and Halloween. I have been working hard to get them all uploaded to the website. I have a few more items that are going to go up probably tomorrow. I didn't get them done today. But yeah, there's so many different kits out there that you can choose from, and they're all cut from the MDF.
And there's a link in the comments for this DIY.
Can you guys hear Chris? I don't know if you can hear him. He did say that there is a link in the comments for this kit. And you can choose the large size. This is the small one. I guess I don't need to do this section down here because I have this piece to cover it. But that's okay. You can use paint inlays on these. You can use transfers. You can use decoupage paper. The one that I did last year, I did decoupage paper. I used some Recycled Treasures decoupage paper on the openings. And my sister-in-law snatched those up for me really fast. She loved them. Yeah, this paint is really thin. But I want to do some crackle effect on here, so I need to get a good base coat down.
So, Misbehave from Matza Minke this year.
Hello, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. I'm Cindy, my husband is Chris. We are CnC DIY Factory. We are a husband and wife team. We work together on creating DIY kits, wood products. He builds all of my totes and the maker's frames and the wood faux books that we have. He cuts all of the wood for me for my laser machine. I keep telling him I'm gonna have to get him over here in front of the camera with me, creating some of the things that we, you know, painting and using his creative activity, I guess I should say. We also offer DTF transfers and graphic t-shirts. I'm working on getting all of my fall and Halloweens on the website. I tell you, I have, my brain is just going in 10 different directions trying to get everything done. I'm retired, but I think I worked harder now being retired than I ever did when I worked 8 to 5. Except for when I was raising kids. And I don't know if I could do that again. That's a lot of work. Okay. Just going to put it on this as well.
Alright, so after that coat, put the basket, what do you call it?
My bookish hideaway?
No,
Oh,
Share, like, subscribe,
Oh,
comment.
so if you are enjoying this live, just want to remind you, we do have a DIY live bucket. If you like, comment, and sprinkle this out, share this with the world. Let people know we're here on Facebook and on YouTube. Come back and tell us, okay? Then your name will get entered into a DIY live bucket. And once a month, at the beginning of the next month, we will draw one happy winner for some Happy Mail from our kits, or, you know, cutoffs, or we also carry Connie Lines and Designs rice paper, so you might get some of those. Just whatever we have on the website. Might get some napkins in there as well for decoupaging, all kinds of things. Bunch of Happy Mail will get sent to you. Okay, I think I'm good with that. And then I want to use some crackle medium from Pentart, and this is the one-step crackle medium. I'm going to quickly dry this real quick with my heat gun. What gave you away? An EDM DJ?
Yeah. Electro, what is it? Electric dance music.
Electric dance music.
So, like,
But you're a DJ?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what brings you here to us today?
she likes crafts.
Well, that's wonderful.
She had mentioned it in the thing.
I think going live on YouTube is going to have to be a thing now. Okay, so when you're using the Crackle Pentart medium, you have to use a dry brush, a clean, dry brush, to get it to spread correctly. And it's just a really simple, you could use the fine line crackle if you want. You can use anything you want. But I just want this to be a real simple.
Is that the fine crackle?
No, this is just the regular medium crackle. And I'm just going to go in the open areas. And you don't want to do a bunch of back and forth with it because it might not set right for you. But I do want it to be smooth. I don't want a whole bunch of bumps on there. You don't have to do the whole area either. You can just do little sections of it. If you just want a little crackle in sections, you can do that as well. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do my stamps. I wanted to put a... Maybe I can do it after it's done. I wanted to put in a little spider web. So I will have to do that after it dries. And I can already see it starting to crackle.
Judy is watching us on both YouTube and Facebook.
Well, thank you, Judy. Okay, if you sprinkle us out on both Facebook and YouTube, we'll put your name in there twice. It'll give you twice the chance to win some Happy Mail. Okay, and then I think I want to try add some right down. This has got a little opening right here, so I'm trying to go right in between the scored marks on this little tombstone. So that it has a little bit of crackle to it as well. I don't want to go over the entire thing because I want to make sure that my overlay lays as flat as I can get it. So that's why I'm being really tedious with this and careful. I say that and then I just messed it up. Crazy.
Judy Humphrey, is that with Upcycle Designs? Or...
I don't know. Judy, are you with Upcycle Designs?
Because I think there's multiple Judys.
Oh. My mom's name was Judy. I love that name. Okay, I think I've got all of the crackle done, so I'm just going to throw that in my water. For the RIP, I'm going to let this dry. So for the RIP, I'm going to use this. It's just a piece of cardboard that I have some paper on it, and I have some masking tape upside down so it's sticky. So I'm going to put my letters up here on my sticky so I can paint them without getting my fingers an absolute mess.
And flip-flop furnishings.
Well, hello, Renee. How you doing? Thanks for joining. We are working on, it's not necessarily a new kit, but it's the new size. I created this tombstone kit last year, and it's been on our website, and it's got three different tombstones, and they're all layered with 3 different layers. Now this is the original size, and then it's got another big one here, 3 different shapes, and then it's got this tall one right here. So this is what's been on the website for a year. And then I decided I wanted to make a smaller kit, a smaller in size set. So I created this set that is much smaller and it can fit on a tiered tray. These would be good on a mantle or an entry table, you know, a sofa table, something like that goes along the back of your sofa. Those would fit great there. And they're thick, so they should sit up all by themselves with no problem. So now I'm going to paint these, and I think I want to do these in the black texture paint as well. I just mixed some Liquitex Basic Acrylics coarse texture medium with some acrylic black to make this right here, and I painted the overlays with them like that, and they're over here drying. Now I'm just going to paint my RIPs. You get 3 sets of RIPs in 3 different fonts to go with your tombstones. You can get the small size, you can get the large size, or you can get them both. So my RIPs are done. Might as well go ahead and do my crows as well, because I'm not sure which one I want to use. So I'll go ahead and use this same texture medium. Now these crows are from my crow set that is, you can get 2 different sizes. You can get the large crows, which are 4 to 6 inches, and then, or you can get the small crows, which are 2 to 3 inches. And those are on the website as well. So I'm just using 1 or 2 crows from the small size on this small set. You could use the larger crows on the bigger set. if you wanted. Look at my brush. Look what I did to my brush. That's why I grabbed a brush that was kind of yucky. The bristles were all messed up. I always keep some of them around so that I can use it when I when I'm working with a texture medium, because it tends to ruin your bristles otherwise. Okay, so my crows are done, my RIPs are done. I'm going to set those off to the side to dry. Just set them there. Now let's see if our crackle medium's dry. It is almost dry. I'm going to hit it with my heat gun.
Can you show the crackle medium?
I sure can. This is a 1-component Pentart crackle medium. And you can get it in a larger size too. And I'm sorry it's backwards. I don't know if it's backwards on YouTube, but I know it's backwards on Facebook, so. Let's see if I can catch up on. Hi Amanda, how you doing? I'm so glad you guys can catch us live. Amanda and Renee, you guys are from Michigan. That's awesome. There are two different Judys, okay.
On YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube. Awesome. Well, thank you, Judy and Judy.
And then one of the Judys is watching on both Facebook and YouTube.
That is wonderful. You guys remember, we've got the DIY live bucket. If you like, comment, and sprinkle this out during the live. Come back and tell us you've done that. Chris is going to take down your name. You will be entered into our DIY live drawing. Live bucket drawing, which will happen September 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. September 7th, the first Monday of September. That is dry. Now, what color do I want to put over it? I want to do kind of a, and I should have grabbed this earlier. I want to do like a metallic-y, marbly look to it. So, hold the phone. Okay. All right. So, I haven't used this in a long time. This is Deco Art Elegant Finish. It is a metallic acrylic, and it is like a silvery gray. Get off of me. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Now, I haven't used this in a long time. You can see the top is all dried out, but it's okay. I want to just take a little bit of this and go over top of this crackle medium and see if it is going to work. Maybe I wasn't supposed to dry it first.
Amanda says that she has the same issue that you do when she's opening up her fusion paints.
I was pretty certain you're supposed to dry that crackle medium first. Well, it's got just a little bit of crackle to it. Can you see it? Just a little bit. Let's keep going. Maybe it's because it's metallic. It's not crackling. I don't know. If it doesn't, then it doesn't.
You can put a dark wax on it to pull the cracks out.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. Antique wax to it. Okay. I'm still trying not to get it where I'm going to have the overlay. So I don't have a bunch of paint build up there. If that's going to make a difference, I don't know. Okay. Again, this is going to go right there, so I didn't put any there. Let's see. It's crackling a little bit. A little bit. Put that in there. Yeah, if I take some black wax and rub it in there, I think that's going to work out. Because it is starting to crackle a little bit. Let's see if I push it along a little bit with my heat gun. I've never used it with metallic paint before, so we're just kind of crafting around and finding out, right? Okay, I do want to use, and see, that's gonna look, oh, I think I'm gonna like that. And then we'll dry brush this with a different gray. I have some stamp here. This is close to my heart. You guys remember close to my heart? I have 5 different little tubs full of these stamps. Because back in the day, you had to get these stamps. They're the clear acrylic stamp, or yeah, acrylic. So I want to use that little spider whip that's up there. So I'm going to grab that and my IOD thin mount, so I can just, has the grids on it. And I'm going to use my IOD black permanent ink. Now I like the IOD ink because it does not smear. When you go to do any kind of top coat on it or wax on it, it stays right in place. So I'm just going to pick up some ink here on my stamp, so you can see the ink's on it, and I wanted to do it on the side of this right here. So it looks like that. I think that's going to look really cool once I get the overlay on it and everything. And there's Might be a little bit left. Might put one right down here as well. Just like that. It's probably better that I didn't put it on before I put the crackle on. I'm just using a baby wipe or a wet wipe, and I'm going to wipe off the ink before it dries on my stamp. And then I have a little spider that I could put right there in the center. Can you see the spider? That's cute. I'm gonna try to. Oh yeah, Renee, if you hold on just a second, I'm actually adding. Could you hand me that plaque right there, right next to your hand? Nope, that with the base, the black one. I just cut these and they're going up on the website as well. And I have two different sizes. This is a 5x7 and then I have an 11 by 7.5. And you could do both sides of it. And it just sits right down into this little stand. And I'm doing a little, thank you. I'm doing a little reel on it. I haven't finished my reel, but here's this kit, and then here's the 11 by 7.5, and they're gonna be up on the website. So these might be really good for you too, Renee, if you like the ovals.
Sorry.
I don't know where to put it. I don't have any flat surfaces. Thank you, babe. So I'm going to put those up on the website probably tomorrow because that was one of my things that I had written down to get done today and I didn't get it done. Do I want to put a spider on this one? I forgot. I think I do. See, I'm like, my mind is everywhere. Really light. That's good. So that you can kind of see that it's hiding back in the corner. Renee, have you put the kickstand on those oval frames yet? I'd like to know if that was, if the instructions that I send with it are, if they work well for you or not. And then this one is also from close to my heart. This is Ahoy Matey, and I wanted the skull and crossbones. So I'm just going to take, I mean, it's a pirate ship, right? So I'm just going to take this, and I want to do a, I think I want to do a skull and crossbones on this. On this one. So I'm going to go ahead and ink it up, but I don't want the ink around the edges. So I'm going to take, I don't want the road map or the treasure map on there. I'm just going to wipe that off around it. And if I get a little bit on there, that's fine, because I am going to go over it with some black wax to bring out the crackle. I'm to just kind of line it up right about there. And you don't have to use stamps. You can use transfers. Essential Stencils came out today with some transfers that I have to order. They're fantastic for fall. But they have some really good crows and purple flowers, purple roses and such, and crows, and they have skeletons, and they have all kinds of transfers. You could use stencils on this. You could use paint inlays, decoupage paper, all kinds of stuff. So let me show you how that turned out. I think that looks cute. I think that's going to look really good once I get it put together. Okay, I think we're ready to put it together. I think we're ready. So let's go ahead and get out our Stick Fast CA glue again in the thick formula. And I'm just going to go around the edge. And it might look like I'm putting a lot on, but it's just little dots. And I'm dragging the little dots around. Okay. And I'm going to stand it up like this. And line it up, make sure it's completely lined up, and hold it so it doesn't shift. And I don't glue my fingers together. Sometimes it squeezes out. Okay. Now this you could put, somebody's name on there. You could put whatever you want on it. I think I'm just going to set it in there as is. I'm not going to put any kind of, but you could stamp something on there. I did add it to the kit so that you could use it to do whatever kind of additional details that you want. Okay, so now that's together. I'm not done yet, but it's all put together. I'm going to take that black and textured paint and go back around the outside edges to give it more concrete texture look.
Amanda says if you don't glue your fingers together, are you even crafting?
Yeah. Yeah. Whether that's hot glue, burns, or, tight bond, or stick fast. Absolutely. And you can see that this has got some good thickness to it. It should stand up. I would recommend having it on a flat surface when you glue it together so that it will stand up on its own. Just making sure it's not going to shift on me again. So there's that one. Well, Judy, thank you for catching us live on YouTube. I think you were the one that one of them that asked if I could do lives on YouTube. So we are live on both Facebook and YouTube tonight. We have two different phones going because I don't have an operating system that works simultaneous, casts simultaneously. So we're using two phones. But I truly appreciate everybody being here on both Facebook and YouTube. And I hope you'll join us. I hope you like what we bring to you and you join us again. We're not quite done yet. We've got them glued together. I'm going to grab some paint pen. I'm going to grab my Posca paint pen and my gray paint pen, because there are some, if you look real close on the side over here, there's a little squiggly, and it's supposed to be, and then there's another one down here, it's supposed to be a crack in the, they all have them, in the, supposed to be a crack in the concrete. So I'm going to just take my paint pen and paint that in. I guess I could have done it before I put it together, but it's okay. Let that dry a little bit. Probably would have been easier to get in there if I'd remembered to do it before I glued it together. Oh, I missed one. And when we put the black wax over it, it should stick down in those cracks and crevices so you can see it. Okay. Paint pen's a little drippy. But you can kind of see where I drew those in just to give it a little bit of definition. Okay, so I'm going to need a little more of the texture paste, the coarse texture medium, and the black acrylic paint, because I want to do the outside edges and the back of the tombstones. And then I'm going to dry brush over it with the what's it called? Crushed Stone by Folk Art. So do you guys still have hummingbirds in your area? We have a couple sets, about 6 of them here. We keep fresh, hummingbird food out. We've got 4 feeders out there. And we have one big, or he's not even big, he's a little bully. This little bully sits on one of them and shoos everybody away. Won't let anybody come and eat at any of the feeders. I just find that amazing. Why is he doing that? There's plenty of food out there. So I'm just going around the edges with that texture medium to give it that concrete look all the way around. And then I'm going to do the back of it as well, just to, finish it off, make it look nice and professional all the way around it. You don't have to do this. You could just paint the back with black paint or whatever paint color you're using. You don't have to finish the back at all. But if it's in a tiered tray and you can see both sides of it, it's just nice to have it completely finished. And I am putting this in our Haunted Attic raid train this weekend on Whatnot. So, you know, if I sell it, I want it to look nice for whoever gets it, right?
Renee says she's got a bunch of hummingbirds that are territorial also.
Do you? Well, I would think that the males would at least want to have one female that they're gonna, you know, protect and feed and make sure is fed. But he chases the females away too. I do have the feeders, I moved them around a little bit today, so that he can't really watch all 4 of the feeders at the same time. So hopefully the other birds will see, the hummingbirds will see that there are other feeders that they can go to.
Diana Reuter is here.
Diana? Hello, Diana. Thanks for joining. We are trying YouTube Live tonight, along with Facebook. So I am working on, if you're just joining, I am working on a new set of DIY kit that I just uploaded to our website today. This is the tombstone. This is the small tombstone. I need more paint. The small DIY, tombstone DIY kit. It is a layered kit. You can get it in the small size, which is this size, or you can get it in the large size, which is, you know, significantly larger. I can get them picked up like this. This is the large size, so you can see the difference in size there. This would be great for your mantle or your entryway table or a sofa table that goes along the back of your sofa, you know, for Halloween decor and such. Add a little bit of black paint to this. I just have this tall one left to paint up. And it seems to dry fairly quickly. And then we can add a little more detail, and we've got the RIP and the crow that we can add to it. I'm using 1 or 2 of the crows from our crow set, the small crow set, where you can get 10 different crows in different poses. I have a small set that is 2 to 3 inches in size, and then I have a large set that is 4 to 6 inches. Where this paintbrush is demolished. Now you see why I painted the overlay before I added it to the kit, to the base, so that I didn't get this texture medium all over the front of the tombstone. Guess I don't have to hold it, do I? We're going to get this dried up and we're going to add a little bit of some moss to it. It's a Pent Art Moss Effect. If I could say my words individually instead of trying to put them all into the same word.
That's what the Germans do.
Oh, that's not okay.
They do. They have complete sentences that are one word.
Really?
Yeah, it'll be just like if you read it on the text, it's like da, 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 da. There's like 45 characters.
I don't know any, I don't have a second language. All I have is English. I did take Spanish when I was in high school, but that was for a semester. And
The guy in the class was really cute.
no, I didn't learn anything. I just did not learn any of it. Did not retain it. Have no idea what that class was, if I did well or not. No idea. Okay, get that off my fingers. Let's get this dried. Jolie Creations, thank you. By Jody, thank you for stopping in and watching. We are streaming to Facebook and YouTube. I'm trying to look at YouTube comments over here, and I think I got it all. Okay. All right, so there's that. Now I have the moss effect, and I have the dark green and the light green, and they are also from Pent Art. And if you've never used this product before, it is really fun. I'm going to start with the dark moss first, and I'm going to use a little paint knife or spatula, and I'm just going to pick some of it up on the back of it, and I'm going to take it and just tap it so that it makes those peaks and valleys. Can you see that? Kind of create some moss effect on here, and just wait, you're going to see some magic happen. If you've never seen this stuff, it is so cool. So I'll take the dark green and put it down first, and then I'm going to grab this light green. I'm going to grab another one of these little palettes, and I'm just going to put just a little tiny bit over top of the dark to give it just a little bit of color variation. And you can wait and do the light after you've done the dark. And then I'm going to grab my heat gun. And you're going to see, oops, sorry, heat it up, and you watch it bubble. Can you see that? So cool. Give me hearts if you can see what it's doing. It is just growing. And it gives it that dimensional texture and look like there's moss. So can you see that? Give me some hearts if you guys can see that. And it's hard. It's not gonna go anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna grab the dark green again. And this one I want just a little bit up on the top. Kind of like that. And then some down here.
Will it do it on its own without the heat?
No. No, you gotta have that heat to make it expand. This stone effect does the same thing. If you use this stone effect, you can use that on, I could have used that on here as well. And, oh, dang it, I forgot. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so excited about this stuff. If you use the stone effect on there and instead of what I'm about to show you, then it will do the same thing. I forgot to dry brush over the dark to make it gray, look like stone. I just get so excited. Don't burn your hands. Got a little toasty on my thumb. So here it is with just the dark green on there. And then it's kind of hard to see, but then when you take the light green and you go over top of it, and then dry it, heat it up. It just makes all the difference. See the difference in that now? Ooey. I really wanted to take this crushed stone and dry brush over top. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take this, put it in my little tray, and I need a stiff bristled brush. I think I got rid of all of my yucky little brushes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my essential stencil brushes. I'm going to grab an essential stencil brush. This is actually a domed brush because I have some small areas to get into. And I'm going to load it up with my paint, and then I'm going to do what we always do when we stencil. I'm going to offload it until it's almost dry, and then I'm going to just brush over the top. To give it that stone look. See the difference on that? And then the other side's black, and that's got some color, and you can see the roughness and the dimension in it. I'll still do this on the other two as well. It's just gonna have to work around the moss. It's starting to come together. We're almost done. I mean, I could sit here and play with this all night. I could fiddle with it and, you know, add this and add that. And we're going to, we've got the crows, we've got the RIP, I've got the black wax I want to add on here. Okay, see the difference on that now with the gray stone wash over it, or dry brush, I guess. Just gonna make sure the back is done while I've got it out. So that's what the back looks like, and the front. Okay, and I'm gonna wrap this up in a wet wipe because I will get back to that in just a minute. I want to put the moss on this before this dries up in my container. So I'm going to just dab it. A little dab will do. Just wherever you think a little bit of moss would be. A little bit up at the top. And then I'm going to go ahead and dry or puff up this dark one and then add the light to it. It's hot. I would suggest laying this down and not holding it. But I'm trying to show you how it looks, what it looks like.
Get you some silicone gloves.
I have little silicone, you know, thingies that go over your fingers, but it's okay.
That's the part that you're barbecuing.
Yeah. And then make sure you wipe off your spatula as quickly as you can, because it will turn into concrete. Alright, so there's that one, and now I'm going to put a little bit of the light green on there. That's too much. Add a little more dimension to it. My hook wants to come with it. Okay. So what do you guys think of that moss effect? Isn't that cool? And I use just very, very little of it. It's going to last me a long, long time. Well, thank you, Diana. She likes the fall and Halloween decor behind me. I made all of that. That's stuff I just love to do. A lot of these are kits that I have on our website if you want to check those out. Just gonna wipe this off real quick. Ouch. Okay. Now this one has got the dry brush of the gray on it. I'm gonna do some dry brush on this one. I think it makes a big difference with the details. So check out our website. I've got all of these kits on there. I need to do a sale is what I need to do. I need to do a fall and Halloween sale. I try to keep the cost of the kits down. I've looked around and compared our prices with others, and I think ours are lower for the most part. And because I want to give the creators and crafters, you know, as many options as they want, at a reasonable price. Okay, after I get done with this, we're going to add a little bit of wax to the inside areas, try to bring out all of that crackle that we tried to create earlier with the PentArt one component crackle. I have no idea what time is it. Oh, almost 7. We've been on here for an hour and a half. Guys, I'm sorry. Keep you so long. Just gonna get this on the back here. It doesn't matter if you're going one direction or the other or both, because it's supposed to look old and worn like that. old and worn. Okay, we're done with that. Let me grab my black wax. This is also a Pentart. It's a wax paste, and it's a decor wax. You get that from Pentart. And I'm going to take one of my little brushes over here. Nope. There it is. I'm just going to dip into the wax, and I'm going to just come in here and add it to, and these Pentart waxes, wow, they smell good. It's amazing. They're not perfumey or anything, but they just have this, I don't know, almost like a citrusy kind of scent to it. So I've got the wax in there. I'm just gonna buff it back a little bit. Not really pleased with that crackle, but it's okay. Get it worked down into the score lines. And I'm not taking off a whole lot. I'm just buffing back a little bit. Try to get. Now that one looks kind of cool. That one's got some streakiness to it. That's kind of cool. And it tones down that metallic shine. I didn't want it to be metallic, but I wanted it to be kind of like marble, you know, or granite. You know how it's got that shiny surface to it. It gives it a really good dimension. I like it. Could have been a little better with the crackle, but not bad. Now we'll do the RIP and the crow, which I set it up here on my sticky board. Like, what did I do with it? I painted these with that texture paint. And it really doesn't matter which one, you know, it's whatever you prefer for the different RIP fonts. You don't even have to use it at all, really. If you don't want to. Okay, so that's what they look like now. Grab my Stick Fast CA glue, thick formula. Put a few dots of that on here. I'm trying to hurry, so I'm not going to really hold it. These shift, they shift. I'm not going to I'm not going to be too concerned if they move. And I'm doing them upside down, so I can't see exactly where I'm putting them. So if they're crooked, then I guess they're going to be crooked. So who likes to decorate for Halloween? I used to do that. I mean, I would go all out for my kids with the ghosts or the skeletons in chains outside that were motion censored, you know, that would shake and moan and all of that when somebody walked by. And I would do all the different colored lights, and my house would be all lit up. They loved it. Let's make sure that they are down. Okay, and then I wanted to put maybe one of the crows here. No. One of the crows here. And then this crow maybe over here. I kind of put that spider web there, so I don't know if I want to put a crow on there now. Maybe we'll put one up here. I like that one. One right in the middle. We'll just do one right in the middle. Hopefully I gauged my glue right. Okay, and that's it. We are all done. We got these 3 cute tombstones. They're creepy cute. Rest in peace. I think they turned out great. You guys let me know what you think of them. And if you guys go to our website and you get any of our kits, we would love it if you would please go back and put a review on there. Let others know what you think of it. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate you being here. This is so fun. You decorate outside for Halloween, but your inside is straight fall. I don't blame you. I think I only do that too. There's nobody here really to see anything. So, and we don't get trick-or-treaters. So,
YouTube hype us?
Oh, hype. Hit that hype button on YouTube. That sends the algorithm some really good information that people like us and want to be here. So, you've scaled back as you've gotten older. Yeah, Diana, I have too. Thank you guys so much for being here. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah,
and just real quick reminder that while you're watching us live, either on Facebook or on YouTube, if you do like, comment, and share this out to your friends and family, let them know we're out here. Come back and tell us. Your name will go into a DIY Live bucket, and once a month we will draw one name for a Happy Meal. And we've been doing it all year. And I think we missed June because I was in Kansas City with my sister. But you guys love to have more people come and join us, get that algorithm up. We want to share all of our creativity, and we love to have people come and craft around and find out with us. And I appreciate you guys so much. You guys have a great week. We'll see you Friday on Whatnot for Zero to Hero Raid Train. Thank you, thank you. Have a good night. We'll see you later.